And bam, we are fucking live right now on podcast number, what fucking number are we on? 6?
6.
6, people. Bam, bam. That's where we're at. So we're back again. A little bit late because there hasn't really been shit else to talk about recently, but got some subjects for you tonight. What are we gonna start? You know what? Let's start off with Spider-Man. The last trailer to the Spider-Man film was released. First off, disclaimer, I haven't watched the trailer. I have no fucking interest in watching the trailer. Zero. For me, if I really want to see a movie, I really don't want to know too much about it. So usually, after the second trailer, I'm like, I don't know about the third trailer. I usually watch the third trailer if it's like, you know, if you, the viewer, are just non-stop requesting me to watch it, or if it's like a movie where like I'm not sure about its tone, like Inception. You know, that's a really complex film. It was hard to grasp the tone in the first two trailers. Anyhow, what did you think of the final trailer to Spider-Man?
It got me super hyped up for this movie.
I mean, you can break it down, spoil it out. I'm never gonna watch it, literally.
It was action packed, which is surprising for a Webb film, in my opinion, because I picture him as more of a storyteller. But there's a ton of action in this trailer.
I mean, there was a ton of action in Spider-Man 3. I mean, it's just a terrible movie, but
Webb didn't do 3.
Yeah, or I thought you meant like I was just saying like I thought you meant like in a Spider-Man film. Like,
No.
In a Webb film, like actual Marc Webb
perspective.
Gotcha.
And it looks like he's really honed and fine-tuned the CGI. It shows some clips with him battling Rhino, who's only supposed to be in the movie for no longer than like 4 or 5 minutes.
Right.
It really touches more on Green Goblin. And another thing that I really like about it is Harry Osborn kind of confronts Peter Parker and lets him know that Oscorp has been tracking him, which I think kind of pulls into the whole NSA thing. So Marc Webb has managed to pull in something that's going on in real life that people are worried about and has tied it into this film, which I think is fantastic. But it definitely got me hyped up to see this movie when it comes out in May. The first one was maybe like a 6, maybe.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be that nice. I'd probably give it something.
I give it a 6 because I really like Garfield. I think Emma Stone was a good cast for Gwen. Dennis Leary is always a good choice to be in a movie.
Dennis Leary is fucking amazing. Shout out to Rescue Me. I love that show.
But we've talked about this before. My main problem with Spider-Man, the Amazing Spiderman, was it seemed like too many people knew that Peter Parker was Spider-Man, and I didn't really care for that. But yes, if you haven't seen the trailer, don't do what this guy's doing. Do not go on that social media blackout. It is worth seeing. It is action-packed, and I really don't feel like it's going to give away too much that you haven't already seen from previous trailers. Right.
Despite the fact that the last trailer was like 3.5 minutes long, and there was already 2 before, and the international trailers. But, alright. That's cool. And what's her name? Is it Emma Stone?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get into my whole spiel because if you don't know my opinion about the Amazing Spider-Man, just look at the past podcast. But I'll just say real quick, didn't like it at all. But Emma Stone, I don't understand her likability. I'm lost on that. There's never been a performance by her where I was like, wow, she's like, what? Like I've never had that happen. She's never been in movies where I'm like, I fucking love that movie, with the exception of maybe Superbad. But
what about The Help?
I mean, I think there were good performances in the film, not necessarily from her. I I thought anyone could have played Emma Stone's role in that movie. I thought. There was nothing in her performance that, like, stood out to me. I don't know. But I don't know. I think she's an overrated actor right now, like, currently. Maybe 16 months from now she'll be in some indie movie where I'm like, oh my god, I can see it now, but I don't see it currently. But anyways, let's move on. I can't wait to see the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I don't understand people binging on trailers nowadays. It's kind of confusing to me because the trailer, especially nowadays, they're kind of like highlight reels for the movie. So, like, if you watch, like, 5 or 6 of these bitches, like, how much have I not seen? But, anyways, what's the next topic we should tackle? How about X-Men? Because the recent news about X-Men pissed me off. Bryan Singer made some statement recently where he said the X-Men Apocalypse coming in May 2016, I believe. It's going to be based in the 80s. He said some other shit too. What else did he say?
I'm going to read some of his quotes. We're going to deal with the notion of ancient mutants, the fact that they were born and existed thousands of years ago. But it'll be a contemporary movie. Well, it'll take place in the 80s. The 80s is a period now. It's hard for me to believe that. Apocalypse will have more of the mass destruction that X-Men films to date have not relied upon. There's definitely now a character and a story that allow room for that kind of spectacle.
Okay. I'm gonna go first. Fuck it. Where do I begin? You said that we've talked about X-Men before. Have we, audience? I guess we have. If we did, I totally blanked out. I'm so underwhelmed by Days of Future Past. First off, there hasn't been a new trailer in like 4+ months. Right there, that's a red flag. Right there. And the first trailer, to me, is a teaser trailer. I don't understand these people who are like, no, Jor-Els, that's the first theatrical trailer. Like, how? There's no VFX shots. There's no coherent knowledge about the plot. There's no action sequences. To me, for X-Men trailer, that's not a trailer. That's a teaser. All right. And it just it has me afraid because I really love X-Men a whole fucking lot. And X-Men 3 was terrible. X-Men 2, I can never remember. I have no idea why. But I know I didn't love it nowhere near as the first film. I thought the first film was a solid movie. I can't believe how well realized that film is. I think it was very good. But I don't think it was a 10 out of 10 or anything. But I mean, it's a great film for sure. But there was First Class. I don't know if X-Men Origins Wolverine counts, but I think that's a horrible movie. But First Class was great. Days of Future Past just feels so underwhelming. And it seems like it might be very convoluted with the huge cast, you know. This isn't Josh Whedon directing, you know what I mean? I don't understand why the new X-Men film is going to be in the 80s. I'm so confused by that. So we go from a time-swapping movie to a film that's based in the 80s. Like, what's next? Is the 2019 X-Men film going to be in the 90s? Like, when the hell are we going to be in the present day? I like the having like ancient X-Men characters coming in, but what do you think?
I think that it's gonna suck. I personally, I didn't really care for X-Men 1. I liked it at the time, but going back and watching it now,
I think it's a solid movie, honestly. Like I said, I don't think it's a 10 out of 10, but I think it's, I would give it a strong 8. I mean, it's pretty amazing that they were able to, especially at the time that they made the film. It was like, I think it was 2000, that it came out. I mean, you gotta remember the cast, you know what I'm saying, is big, you know what I'm saying? Greatly casted. VFX shots for the time were good. They weren't like horrible. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a solid. I think it's a solid film. You know, if it wasn't for that film, these films wouldn't be here for one.
That is true, but X-Men First Class is a movie that they should have started with. That was a movie that should have been made first. X-Men 1 was, to me, was a 6. 2, like you said, I don't even really remember what happened. When Brett Ratner, Captain Rush Hour, decided to take over X-Men 3 and completely Michael Bay it.
And even with First Class, like, I think it's a good film, but I don't think it's like stupendous, you know. I would give it the same rating that I gave the first film, actually, 8 out of 10.
I loved First Class. Really delving into the relationship between Charles and Eric was fantastic.
Well, yeah, James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender, that's amazing all day.
God.
But I didn't really like fall in love with the film like most people seem to have.
To each their own. But I do agree with you. I think Singer is watering down this film already with an overabundance of characters.
Yeah. I mean, true. Now, it's funny. We may be talking about X-Men too early because, you know, the new trailer is supposed to be out by next week, I think, and I hope. I think so. But I don't know. Maybe the next trailer will be fucking amazing. I have no idea. Maybe it'll be like the most extraordinary looking X-Men film to have ever been made thus far. I don't know. But right now, I am very skeptical. Especially because of Bryan Singer's recent fumbles, if you will, with his films in the past. I don't know, man.
He's only had one good movie to me, and that was The Usual Suspects.
Yeah, and that's not a good movie at all. The ending of it is one of the greatest things ever put in cinema. But the movie itself is like, it's boring as fuck. But the ending is outstanding. The Usual Suspects with Kevin Spacey. If you haven't seen that fucking movie, go watch it. It's extraordinary. My God, the ending is crazy. The film as a whole is not very good, but I don't know. I mean, I do think it's cool that he's putting Apocalypse in the film. That's cool.
Yeah.
But that's only cool because the character's fucking outstandingly awesome, you know? What do you think about what are your expectations for the next trailer, and how do you think that'll dictate your viewpoint on the film?
I honestly, I don't think that I mean, I'm gonna go see the movie because it's an X-Men film, and
True.
Growing up, you know, as a kid in the '90s, I loved the X-Men cartoons, and the comics as well. But I honestly don't think that even showing another trailer is going to really appeal to me. Like,
Really?
Evan Peters, what they've done with his Quicksilver, it's atrocious. Bishop, I mean, looks like he was imported straight from Jamaica, and that's not how he looked in the cartoons or the comics. Whoever is on Singer's design team needs to be fired.
I mean,
I have no anticipation for this trailer.
It does look whack. However, I mean, we could be wrong. You know, you know, maybe when we see it on film, you know, it'll be badass. Maybe, I don't know, but
You brought Halle Berry back, man. You could have used Kerry Washington as Storm. Come on. Halle Berry's old pregnant ass. Come on.
Kerry Washington would have been. That's an interesting choice. But she's so underused. Why haven't they've used Storm like she's just some random bitch. Like, Storm was one of my favorite, like, top favorite characters from comic books, and they just used her for fog and
Pretty much.
individual lightning strikes and shit. Like, what the fuck?
That's Singer.
But for me, I hope that the next trailer is like amazing. Like, if I had to give the next trailer a rating, I hope it's like, it's gotta be like a 9 or 8 out of 10 or something. If I was rating the trailer, because if it's not, I'm gonna go off on Singer. Hell is. It's hard to go completely off on him because the first trailer is so lackluster to me. Like, it gave me nothing. It was just like
all his films.
it was just like empty calories. I was like, that's it? That's the trailer with 24 million views? Alright. But let's move on. This depressing topic. What else do we got in the canon? Oh! Avengers 2. Oh, wait, shit. Is there, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
I think the connection was about to piss off for a second, but alright, so what was the next topic going to be? Avengers 2, the concept art. There was one, the concept art was amazing, and concept art for all movies are usually pretty amazing. However, these were particularly pretty cool, and the Hulk against the Hulkbuster, I believe they called the mech suit thing. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? My God, that brought the geek out of me. There we go. That brought the geek out of me real fucking quick. What do you got? What do you think about the concept art?
It is fantastic.
It's badass.
Yeah, did you get to watch the Assembling a Universe on ABC that they pulled this concept art from?
No.
Well, basically, Marvel threw together a bunch of interviews and stuff, and talked to Kevin Feige and Joss Whedon and a bunch of other people, Favreau, and people from the Marvel Universe, and how they're throwing it all together, and once they did Iron Man, how everything was going to tie in. This is actually where a lot of that concept art came from. And first of all, this image here, Bryan Singer, please take note, that is Quicksilver.
Oh yeah, Quicksilver.
That is what he should look like, not your goofy ass silver members only coat.
Right.
Scarlet Witch.
Now that's can you pull the image down a little bit? That's actually
Elizabeth Olsen.
Elizabeth Olsen. Can you pull it down a little bit more? There we go. Elizabeth Olsen from the
Old Boy, Glass House.
The atrocious, unnecessary, offensive remake from Spike Lee, the original Korean Old Boy, one of the greatest films of all time. Don't see fucking Spike Lee's version. Fuck that dude. But anyways, it seems like she's starting to turn up in the movie world. Like,
she is. I saw her in Silent House. It was an average movie, but she was great. I thought she was really good in Old Boy.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see her with Scarlet Witch. I think she's going to do a great job because she's really got, in my opinion, I think she's really got the acting chops for it. And Aaron Taylor Johnson as Quicksilver, I mean, the dude's used to wearing suits.
Whoa, wait a second. I totally forgot that dude was going to be Quicksilver. Holy fucking shit.
Sir Kick-Ass is going to be Quicksilver.
And then Paul Bettany is going to be Vision?
Yep.
Fuck balls. And then there's the goddamn, the Hulk Buster suit, which I'm not too knowledgeable about. Are you?
The actual suit itself, no. I just know that Tony created it because they needed something to combat an over-aggressive Hulk.
Yeah, that's about the extent to which I know of it. But, wow, man, this movie could be fucking insanely huge.
It's going to be.
Holy fucking shit. I just hope that it's, like, leagues ahead of, the Avengers. Like, I hope it's, because I didn't love the Avengers. You know?
Joss Whedon said before he made the first Avengers that he was having Ultron as the premise and main antagonist of his second film. So he already had an idea for an Avengers film.
Yeah.
That wasn't what Marvel wanted to make at that time.
Yeah.
This film that he's got in mind is going to be epic. And this here, I know it's going to be kind of hard to see.
Yeah.
That's Ant-Man. That's Ant-Man concept art.
Oh, yeah, I saw the Ant-Man concept art, and I thought that shit was cool as fuck. I can't...
I know it's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, there was a bit of glare in that, but, you know, the Ant-Man concept art looks dope as hell. I cannot wait to see that with Paul Rudd. I think the director, he's just really unique. He's a really unique director. I really enjoy his work. It's a hell of a lot of fun, so I can't imagine what Ant-Man's going to be like, because he's supposed to have made that fucking movie a long time ago, so I really can't wait to see it, but I'm so stoked about Avengers 2, because I thought the first one was 8 out of 10, and this one just seems like it's going to be so mammoth in terms of scale that it's almost kind of hard to imagine what direction or even the tone that Josh Whedon's going to go in. So I'm really, really curious.
He actually talked about that in this Assembling a Universe. He said it's going to be a more grown-up aspect to the movie because it's going to have a darker tone because Ultron is going to force all of these guys to get together.
Good.
And from I don't know if this concept art's going to play out, but it looks like there's other Ultron machines that perhaps Ultron has created to try to help fight this battle. So. Oh
no! Best believe they did not show this concept art because they thought showing concept art for a scene that they weren't going to use is good. No, like those scenes are going to happen like 100%. I'm pretty confident in that. They might not happen exactly as portrayed in the image, but something reminiscent of those images are going to happen for real, for sure. And that's got me going crazy. Holy shit. I can't wait. I really want to see the Red Hulk. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I want to see that shit. I would piss my pants if, like, there was just a red and green Hulk fighting each other. I'd be like, oh!
I would love to see a Planet Hulk movie. That would be absolutely incredible.
Man, if Guardians of the Galaxy works, which I'm pretty confident that will, it won't be impossible for that kind of movie. Because Guardians is about as weird as you could possibly get from Marvel. I wasn't even aware that Marvel had anything that strange. That looks like something from the DC universe. DC has all kinds of weird motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But man, oh man, I'm so curious about Avengers 2. There needs to be a fucking poster or a new teaser trailer. There needs to be something this year. Something. Damn it. Fuck. I need to know. So, we're at the 23-minute mark. Is there anything else that we're going to discuss?
Star Wars.
Oh yeah, Star Wars. Hot damn, how did I forget about that? So, recently, there's been some heavy casting rumors that the main dude's being passed around for the decision, apparently. One of these guys, or all these guys, is going to get the role. What names do we got?
John Boyega from Attack the Block. Ed Spielers from Downton Abbey. Theater actors Ray Fisher and Matthew James Thomas. And then Jesse Plemons from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, which... that is a curious name drop right there.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think about that one. Can you hold up the picture of these guys?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get a shot. Refreshify my memory of these fools. That that is an interesting, totally unexpected lineup right there. All right, we gotta get a shot of that. I don't know what to think about this. I mean, I don't know. You know, I mean, it's not like these guys. At least not for me. They're not like guys that are, you know, been in like 10 or so movies that I've seen in the past 10 years or some shit. The dude from Breaking Bad. I mean, he was good, but if any of them got cast, or if they all got cast, it's hard to comment without knowing the context of why they were cast. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I guess I'm not too worried about it. I mean, and J.J. Abrams, we trust. I mean, I think he's a great filmmaker, and you know, I know he wouldn't choose like a fucking Sylvester Stallone or something to be the lead of the film. So I have big trust in J.J. Abrams. I think he's a really great filmmaker that's just barely gotten his feet wet in terms of making films. So I'm optimistic. I think it seems like a very random selection, but hey, maybe I'm missing something. What do you think?
Well, I think that J.J. Abrams has done a fantastic job with the range of actors that he's worked with. Like, he's gone as high key as like Star Trek, with Chris Pine, Carl Urban, Zoe Saldana, Zach Quinto. But then there was Super 8. I can't think of the cop's name right off the top of my head, but I think he was probably the biggest actor in that. And all the kids were, you know, little no-name actors that I've never heard of or seen.
Yeah, and they were amazing in fucking
exactly.
Amazing.
So J.J. Abrams is fantastic. He's done incredible with Star Trek, and I am super stoked to see what he's going to be able to do with, or what he's going to be able to do, what he's going to do.
Yeah,
he is going to fuck us with in the movie whenever that movie comes out.
Bring on the fucking lens flare, JJ, because I am ready. Like, honestly, when I went to go see Star Trek in 2009, I was a big fan of Lost, despite the fact that the finale. Let's not talk about that. But but I went to go see Star Wars because of the Lost. I was a big fan, or Star Trek. I mean, and I've never been a Star Trek fan. I always hated the shit out of Star Trek. And when I saw the 2009 version, literally to this very day, the first like opening 5-6 minutes is still, to this very day, is still one of the greatest openings to a new cinematic franchise. Maybe the best opening 5 minutes that I've ever seen before. It just blew my mind. Just no credits, no title sequence, not immediately. You know what I mean? It was just so emotional, and it just immediately brought you. It just gripped you into the story. The score, man, the opening 5 minutes of that movie just blows my mind. It's like perfection. It's like, what the fuck? I don't even like Star Trek, and I'm caring about this fool's father dying in an explosion. I thought that was incredible. So, and the weird thing is that JJ, he's a really big Star Wars fan. So, man, I honestly can't imagine what his interpretation is going to look like. I don't know. I can't picture it for some reason.
I can't even imagine, but I'm sure he's going to. I'm sure he's going to blow everybody's mind.
Yeah, because in the 2009 version, there was a part where Chris Pine, he rides a motorcycle and he stands on the outskirts of the Enterprise as it's under construction, kind of just staring at it in awe. When I first saw that, I was just like, "Oh God, look at that bitch!" So yeah, I don't know. I really can't imagine what it's gonna look like. But do you think some of the original cast will be in the film?
Well, they've kind of already said that that's going to happen. Carrie Fisher has gone on record saying that she's got some trainer at her house, paid for it by Disney.
fuck.
So yeah, I mean, from what I know and what I've read,
that's the only thing that I'm like deeply uncomfortable about, because no offense to older people, we're all gonna get old, but these are some old ass motherfuckers. I mean, Harrison Ford, he's still doing this thing. I mean, I thought he did great in Ender's Game, which is actually a surprisingly really good movie. But I hope they tread lightly.
Well, I mean, we're not going to see Princess Leia in one of those bikini get-ups again, so...
Well, no, but my God, have you seen her as of recently? Like...
Yeah, she's like 3 Carrie Fishers now.
I just tread lightly, JJ. I understand completely the reason to bring him into film, but bring him into film to die or something, you know what I mean? Or bring him into film to give, like, the dopest monologue ever that makes Star Wars fans want to tear up, and then that's it. Just pull the cord, you know? They don't need to be... There shouldn't be a lot of screen time.
Not for them, no.
Hopefully. But, it's interesting that he's thinking about going so young for this new film that's supposed to take place, I think, 30 years after the last... Yeah. 30 years after Return of the Jedi, which, that's kind of interesting.
But I like that they're going younger.
Do you?
And hopefully, I mean, I've only seen one of these guys ever on any screen besides the image I just showed. I thought he was a pretty good character in Breaking Bad. So
yeah, I thought he was excellent there. The only other kid I could think of was one from Attack the Block, which was like this strange, fun little European like alien film. But that's about it. The other people I don't recognize them, but I have faith. I got that much to say. I have faith. It's gonna.
Yeah, when Abrams is involved, very seldom will you be disappointed.
Yeah, I'm really sad that he's not going to be making Star Trek 3 now. You know? Because I can't...
Yeah, but the groundwork's laid, so the next director has pretty much got it.
Yeah, but you know, JJ's got that, like, cinematic signature, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you can kind of tell when he's behind the camera and when he's not, you know? But, hey, guess we'll see what happens. So what else in the movie world is there to talk about?
What are we at time-wise?
32 minutes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to discuss Arrow.
I knew it.
This is my favorite TV show on television right now.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my God! Not ever, just right now. It is.
Hold on a second.
Favorite TV show.
You mean to tell me that you like Arrow more than The Walking Dead?
Yes.
What?
Walking Dead up until last episode, the past, I don't know. It's been boring, especially once everybody left the prison. Like it's just been a fucking snooze fest.
No.
This last episode where. Spoilers. They killed the 2 girls. Oh, that was fantastic.
It's been character building, okay?
Yeah.
Character building.
There's too many characters. You don't need... I don't want to talk about that. Walking Dead's not what we're here to talk about.
No. However, hold on a second. We should talk about the last episode for Walking Dead really quick, because that was like probably within their top 5 or 4 best episodes they've ever had.
I agree with that.
Just saying. I don't want to go on a long tangent about it, but literally, like, I thought it was extraordinary.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I hate that the younger little girl had to die for the older one to die, because she was just a crazy bitch.
Yeah.
But I also like that Errol fessed up to Tyrese.
Yeah.
That took some serious balls, and for him to just sit there and forgive her like it was, oh man, that was a fantastic episode.
Just, man, that episode gave me goosebumps, man. Loved it. But anyways, what were you going to say about Arrow?
Okay. I love, it is a CW TV show. So the acting, it wouldn't be as good as, a David Fincher film.
Fuck no.
But the show is doing a fantastic job of developing Oliver Queen and him as the Arrow, and all of the mentions that this show is bringing in. There's an episode where they mention Ravenhurst, which is Nightwing. They've brought in Nyssa Al Ghul. They've mentioned the League of Shadows, the Suicide Squad. They just formally brought in Deathstroke.
What?
Which they've touched on it with Slade Wilson, but now the Suicide Squad is officially codenamed Slade Wilson as Deathstroke. They also, in yesterday's episode, spoilers, so be aware, they made a mention of Harley Quinn. You don't physically see her; you more just see a silhouette, and she's saying something about if you need a counselor, I used to be one. And she's got that high-pitched Harley Quinn voice, which got me stoked. I don't ever expect like a Joker crossover or anything like that, but
yeah,
that got me super pumped. And with all the stuff that's been out recently about the Flash and his suit, and how that's going to cross over into the Arrow TV show, there's a lot of good things that DC can do to really jump past Marvel as far as the TV stuff, because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. hasn't been that great.
Now that is I would call that a snooze fest for sure.
In Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has made little mentions, like Lady Sif was just in their last episode, trying to find and capture Lorelei. They've got Deathlock in there, so they're kind of starting to develop a little bit of their universe into the TV show.
Yeah,
they need to do that more though. But Arrow, if you haven't watched it, like I said, you have to get past some of the shoddy CW11 acting. There's nothing you can do about it.
What season is it on?
It's on season 2 right now. They're almost finished with season 2. I think there's like 3 or 4 more episodes left.
Oh, man.
The first season, it takes 4 or 5 episodes before you're kind of getting into the character development. You're discovering about Oliver and what happened. But then you start getting into Arrow and Oliver Queen and him being the billionaire and what he does with his money to become this character. And there's a lot of things in the way and speed bumps and other characters, like I said, from the DC universe that make it so interesting, because they're doing such a fantastic job of bringing in, even though they're B and C list characters, they're bringing those guys in, and it's making it awesome because they are developing a universe within that TV show.
I still need to try and give it a shot. I still also gotta fucking watch Game of Thrones and some other fucking show I'm not thinking of currently. I still gotta give it a shot. I haven't given it its due yet, but I watched a few episodes of, well, not a few, I watched half the season of goddamn Vampire Diaries, so I guess I can give this a shot. Arrow.
Hey, I turned you on to House of Cards, and that I didn't lead you astray there.
True, but what the fuck? The first 2 episodes were made by David Fincher, for Christ's sakes. That in itself would have had me watching it fucking months and months ago. But I'll, I gotta give it a shot. Fuck, But
hold them accountable, YouTube.
But is there anything else that I want to talk about? Oh yeah, the thing you mentioned about David Fincher, I had no idea about. David Fincher's thinking about, or hoping to cast Christian Bale as Steve Jobs in a biopic about Steve Jobs from Fincher. That would make my head explode. They need to do that.
Yeah, that would be incredible. And it's the writer from Social Network too.
What?
Yeah.
What? You just blew my brains apart. What's his name? Aaron Sorkin or some shit like that. Wow, that
would be that writer, that director, and that actor. Holy shit!
I think my brain would melt because I'm telling you, I love The Social Network. That is an extraordinary movie. That was the first and last time I ever doubted the legendary David Fincher. I was like, whoa, he's made a movie about Facebook. He might be stretching this time, you know. And it turned out to be just one of the, really. That's where we got our Spider-Man from, for Christ's sakes. That's where we got our Lex Luthor from, somehow. But hey, the kid does have acting chops, so, he wasn't chosen lightly, which I think a lot of people forget about Jesse Eisenberg playing Lex Luthor. You know, if you watch enough interviews with Zack Snyder, you come to realize real quick he's not really like a bullshitting type of dude. You know what I mean? Like, if you were to go behind the scenes and ask him about why he cast Jesse Eisenberg, he would have a damn good reason. So I'm really excited about his future career. And man, Social Network's so good. So I can't imagine the Steve Jobs film. I'm hoping that this recent talk about Christian Bale means that the movie is happening, because I need to see it. What the hell? God, Fincher is a god.
Like I told you earlier, Fincher said he's not going to do it unless he can get Bale cast as Jobs.
What? I can actually see it for some reason. Christian Bale as Jobs?
Oh, well, he's got Steve Jobs kind of had a speech impediment, and Christian Bale's got one too. But the weight that he can lose to become the Steve Jobs size, because obviously we've seen Fighter and The Machinist. The dude can transform into another human being.
Dude, Christian Bale he's gonna get an Oscar nomination. I'm telling you right now, if he fucking plays Steve Jobs in a Fincher movie with Aaron Sorkin as a writer, he's being nominated. Period. Whatever year that is. Man.
Dude, that's going to be. I feel sorry for whatever movie is out that's going to have to go up against that one.
Yeah, I still can't wait to see Gone Girl by Fincher this October with Ben Affleck as the lead. I think that is going to be a monumental film. I think Ben Affleck's going to crush it hellas. It's going to completely resolve any remaining doubts about his acting abilities going forth into the next Batman, because David Fincher is the actor's director.
Yes.
For sure.
He will pull it out of you.
One way or another. So yeah, I think we crossed a good bridge of topics tonight.
Yeah, we needed that week off to kind of settle up and gather our thoughts and let some entertainment fall in our lap. And I think that was good stuff. And hopefully this time next week we'll have an X-Men trailer to discuss.
Yeah, that has to drop next week. The Instagram sneak peeks at this new trailer are already as old as February, I think. So
yeah,
fucking come on, Bryan, stop hiding the movie. I need to see this, whether I hate it or love it. Like, I need to know. I need to see more of the movie. So hopefully that comes out next week. Hopefully we get some confirmation about what's going on with Star Wars casting wise next week. That would be huge. And yeah, I think till next time, I think we're about to roll out.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, peace out, YouTube.